was 2.5 live stream just ended. I made a tweet summarizing my thoughts. I just tweeted this. I am incredibly excited for 2.5. Admittedly, the 2.5 live stream was okay. It wasn't anything fancy. I totally understand why. I genuinely thought 2.5 was going to be a filler patch. A lot of people I know thought that 2.5 was going to be a filler patch. The fact that it's not, it's going to be a main story patch, blows my mind. But at the same time, 2.5 didn't bring nearly as many quality of life improvements or updates or events or anything that previous patches such as 2.4 brought, and that's fine. They're cooking something big for 2.6 or 2.7 or 2.8, but 2.5 did bring some absolute bangers, and we have a lot to expect. They detailed all of this over on their official website. This is the Wuthering Waves version update preview for 2.5. Unfading Melody of Life is planned for release on July 24th. You can tell I'm still tired. I had to wake up at like just before 6 a.m. today after only a few hours sleep to stream this. Frolova looking absolutely phenomenal, by the way. You know what? Actually, before we get into this, let me just real quickly play my reaction and Mrs. Stix's reaction to their trailer. Since Rover was not a...
come to death, the sharper the weight of life cuts to expose what you truly desire.
Yes!
A touch of vibrancy woven into ruin, an opus of life that lasts for an eternity.
Unfading Melody of Life. Whoa!
We're under the
The
sea!
depths beyond reach, a secret treasure
Wait!
often hide.
Underwater swimming? Okay, I think it looks kind of scripted. New area?
Enchanted, the faithful of the deep followed its call, seeking to claim the divine power as their own. I felt the disharmony within the lost beyond. Here we shall witness the advent of the lost beyond.
Oh, that was sick.
I'm not here to play games. Cut to the chase. What are you after?
Now I'm intrigued. Tell me, if death were closing in, what would be your final thought?
Oh, sick.
Ma'am?
Cadence, hold.
Damn.
Rejoicing,
Is her instrument like a little note?
witness.
Or is that like a small violin? I'm trying to see it better. Whoa.
Dude, that is so sick. That is awesome. That she's kind of like a summoner, like a puppeteer. And she uses a marionette.
The foundation of the paradise is complete.
Oh!
Time to purge.
Oh, good news. I have Cantarella then.
Shit, dude, finally!
I will unite the divided minds. Build
Oh.
a paradise where tears snow.
Dude, he's making his move!
Even the most unpredictable story
Whoa!
its conclusion. And when that moment comes, we must act. None shall stop the final cadenza.
That's so pretty. Male Rover's pushing back the red curtain. Interesting.
Now let's jump into the recap here. Unfading Melody of Life version 2.5 preview. There is the new main quest, Chapter 2, Act 7, Dreamcatchers into Secret Gardens. This looks fantastic. As you saw in the trailer, we are going to be fucking Fenrico up. And he is not going to know what hit him. There's going to be a three-way, not, in the fun way necessarily for him, but yeah, he's about to get the pounding he never expected from someone he never expected to get pounded from. We have the Overture Rust Sword in the Sun. This is a brand new mode where essentially it's going to detail the history of Augusta, which is really, really cool. They're trying to expand on her lore and her character to give her additional depth moving into the future because she's going to be a focal point, I'm assuming here, of the next few patches. They're giving her more story and more backstory, kind of like Cardathea, to make her a more fleshed out character and more important, imperative, and honestly, I am okay with that because we need a larger focus on other characters that aren't just Rover and that kind of exist beyond just a singular patch. Kind of like how Cantarella existed for one single patch, Lupa existed for 2 technically, but generally characters exist for a patch and then they just kind of get pushed into the background. Cardathea was not like that, and I'm assuming Augusta is not going to be like that either. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. There's a new location, the Fabricatorium of the Deep, which is quite the mouthful and not the fun kind of mouthful. That is an underwater zone that looks phenomenal. I can't wait to get to explore that. There are new traversal features and mechanics present there. There are new echoes, Reminiscence Fenrico. Again, we get to mess this dude up and it's about freaking time. There is the Nightmare Hecate. There's the Havoc Warrior, the Tambourinist, and the Glacial Predator. There is the new Phantom Echo, the Nightmare Inferno Rider. There is a new Sonata effect, and I think this is probably one of the coolest things introduced. There is a 3-piece set, meaning that you can finally have an off-piece. And this might not be the popular opinion, or maybe after this it will be, but having a 3-piece set, a reduced total set piece, is incredible. I can't believe they're introducing that. And what they should do is they should go back now and they should actually alter existing sets to let you have 3-piece sets so you can have an off piece now. That is something they should do that would allow for additional depth, additional character depth, and allow for you to create so many more individual combinations and would make the system much more complex, but also much more enjoyable. There are optimizations here. The echo management allows you to auto lock and auto discard planes in the data bank. There is sync tuning, which allows for you to essentially, when you upgrade the levels of your echoes, you can now automatically tune them so you don't need to do that in a separate window. That is fantastic. Super excited for that. More preset teams. The number of teams that you could have up until this point was very limited, like 5 or 6. Now they're expanding that up to 10. There is the option to turn Resonator skill music on and off. That was kind of unimportant to me. I mean, I guess some people wanted that, not entirely sure. The new Resonator, Frolova, is coming, and dude, Frolova is phenomenal. Oh, I can't even say it with a straight face. So we have Rochia for Frolova, which makes sense. We also have Cantarella and Brant. So you get a Cantarella and a Brant rerun, which is fantastic. You have their respective weapons, the Lethian Elegy, the Tragic Comedy, the Whispers of Sirens, the Unflickering Valor. We have the special event, Phantasma Dreamland. We have Gifts of the Grand Symphony, which is a 7-day login event. You get 5 standard, 5 limited as always. The Dreaming Deep Solaris Film Festival, which I know a lot of people didn't like, so they're making alterations to this to improve it for everyone. I hope that ultimately leads to much more satisfaction from players. The Overflowing Picture Book, which is a leisure event. The Deep Sea Survey, which is a photo collection event. The Wuthering Exploration featured exploration event. The Border Mountains. There is merch info. I know you're looking at Frolova there and you're like, damn girl, what the fuck? Yeah. Then there's the phonographic themed colored vinyl box, which is kind of cool. And that's it. That's everything that's coming in 2.5. Honestly, not a huge patch, but this is going to further the story overall. It's going to give us an additional backstory for Augusta. Going to allow us to beat some sense into Fenrico, and I am incredibly excited. I hope you are too. And don't forget your 3 codes. You're welcome. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.